So bear number one here is a good sized bear. We're looking at him from about 300 yards away. We figured he was probably about 8.5 footer, 8.5 footer. You can see he kind of throws his arms around. Fairly stocky bear, short ears, fairly short looking legs. That was our guess for the first bear. The second bear here was slightly larger than the first bear. Our guess is it was about a 9 footer. You can see it's pretty round and filled out very well. Bear number three here is fairly similar in size to the first one. 8.5 foot bear is our guess. It's a couple days after the first one, so possibly could be the same bear.
Yeah.
Bear number four here, we're a little bit further away from, but you can tell it's a smaller bear. We were thinking about 7.5 footer was our estimate. I don't have much better footage than this here for it. Bear number five here is probably a 7.5 foot bear. I wouldn't give him any more than that. Bear number six here is almost identical in size to bear number five. If I didn't see them both going the exact same way, I'd have said they were the same bear. Pretty similar looking bears, but like I said, 7.5 footer, probably at the most. Bear number seven here has himself a nice salmon snack he's working on, and I would give him probably about the same size as the last two, about a 7.5 foot bear. Bear number eight, unfortunately we don't have very good footage of, but it is the largest bear we saw on the hunt. Our estimates on it was solid 9.5 and maybe larger. Unfortunately, the closest we got to it was 750 yards. Bear number 9 is the closest we got to a bear. This curious little feller, about a 7.5 footer also. We came down onto a beaver pond and he was fishing for salmon in the beaver pond and was pretty surprised that we had snuck up behind him and gave us a little bit of room, but definitely could have took him down at any time. Bear number 10 here is another close one. One thing you got to watch out though is you always need to be aware of your surroundings. This happened to be a sow with 3 cubs that were trailing back just a ways. There's the last one, which was actually back about 150 yards and was making up time fast. Bear 11 was about a 7.5 footer as well, probably 7.5, and he got out of there pretty quick once he got a bit of a smell. Bear number 12 here was another decent bear. We were going to put a stalk on it, but it just ended up moving away. Probably 8.5 to 9 footer was our guess. Bear 13 gave us a real short look at it, but I'm guessing by as short as the body looks, it would be about a 7.5 footer. What we use to judge bears is we look at the ears first. If it has short ears or no ears at all, it's a big bear. Same with legs. If it looks like its belly's about to rub on the ground, it's a good sized bear. If it's jerky movement, it's usually a smaller bear, while if it waddles, it's a lot larger bear. And if you can see the penis sheath, it's usually a decent sized bear. I hope you were able to take something away from this video, and if you disagree on the estimates on any of the bears, feel free to comment here and it'll open it up for discussion. Thanks again and enjoy.